Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everybody. My name is MiAh the King, and if a child refuses to nap, are they guilty of resisting arrest? Now then, today we're taking a look at a game just released on Steam called Corsairs Legacy, Pirate, Action, RPG, and Sea Battles. Wow, what a name. A bit ridiculous in my own personal opinion, so I'm just going to call it Corsairs Legacy. This is developed by Morris and published by Morris Games OU, released in early access and selling for 25 American dollars. So, what the heck is this game that thinks it deserves such a massive name? Honestly, at first glance, it looks kinda cool actually, kinda like Mountain Blade but with pirates. You play as this Rufus Monroe, a smuggler in the Caribbean. You're out doing your thing when suddenly your smuggling plans fail and now you need to start looking for new ventures, aka pirating. So this is basically your journey from turning to illegal smuggling to illegal pirating, and that's pretty much the gist of the story really. So, as always, let's go into the good and the bad, followed by my final thoughts, and up first, also as always, is the positives. So the first one for me has got to be the graphics, which is funny because when I first looked at this game on the Steam store page, its graphics looked old and janky, like Mountain Blade. By the way, that jingling in the background is my dog's collar. I apologize for that. Every time I'm recording, she's got to come in and say hello. Maybe she likes the sound of my voice, I don't know. Anyway, once I got into the game, I really got a full blast of the graphics. I mean, look at this. I mean, look at the lighting and the bloom effects. Check out the water effects. I mean, this game looks way better than I thought it would. Granted, the character models could use some more work, but holy cow, it actually looks really good. And this is early access, so it's possible that the art will get touched up even more and the character models will get a little bit more evened up and end up looking really good all around. So I really just wanted to point that out. Next up is the sound effects, voice acting, and music. This will also be in the negatives, but first, the good about it. The music sounds good, it falls into the background nicely, and works fairly well at setting an immersive mood. Also, the game has partial voice acting, perhaps not fully integrated into the game due to it being unfinished, but in the cutscenes it has voice acting. As for the sound effects, they all sound perfectly accurate as you'd expect. It doesn't sound like I'm shooting BB guns, and the sword clashes, sound perfectly metallic as well. The next positive I'd like to talk about is the tutorial. It's actually not bad, even if at first it does kinda come across as awkward. Turns out the longer you play, the better the tutorial gets. It tells you what to do, how to do it, and even gives you a little preview of what you're looking at. Nice little video. Now, that's always appreciated. All while happening parallel to the story, which is how I prefer my tutorials to be in the first place. So that was nice. I was never once confused or uncertain about what I was doing, which means it had to be doing something right. Like, I was never confused. So that was good. That was very good. And that's all I got positively to say about the game, unfortunately. Now we're going to go into the negatives, but before that, did you know that the YouTube algorithm is kinda janky? For instance, the only way for your channel to get more views is to already have views. So how exactly are your small channels supposed to grow then? So if you're enjoying my content, or at least finding it helpful and informative, I would greatly appreciate you showing me support and help get my channel noticed. Liking, commenting, and subscribing really helps, but sharing my content online is the biggest help, so please consider helping me out and giving me a helping hand today. Thank you. Now then, on to the negatives. Oh boy, this game has a lot of negatives. I'm going to try to sum them up and compartmentalize them. The Steam reviews just aren't wrong this time. I don't even know where to start. I guess I'll start with the sound design since it was also in the positives. So first up, the music. While it is nice to listen to at first, it's the same song on repeat. You have two songs here, a peaceful song and a combat song. The exact same ones that play every time, and after playing this game for a while, you're going to start noticing it, and it's going to start to get on your nerves. And sometimes it doesn't even match right, it doesn't even make sense. Like, why is the super uplifting, friendly, nice, beautiful song playing in a deep, dark, depressing dungeon? It just doesn't fit the theme, know what I mean? And as for the voice acting, well, look, I really don't want to be mean or rude or anything, but I just gotta be honest, and I'm sorry to the voice actor. It feels like he might be trying, but just doesn't really know what he's doing or doesn't have any experience. It's cringe to listen to. I mean, he elongates the start of every frickin' sentence to the point that every time he talked, I was rolling my eyes and laughing because it was just so ridiculous.
Toward the end, we were. I wouldn't. There were almost.
I mean, oh my god, I just can't listen to it anymore. It's driving me insane. Every cutscene, and they're everywhere. You start playing, you'll do a match, a battle, a sea battle, or a land battle for like 5 minutes, and then cutscene, and he does it again, and then land battle or sea battle, and then cutscene, he does it again, and it's just over and over again, and I can't do it anymore. The next negative I have is the gameplay. It's boring. You walk from point A to point B and talk to someone, then you get a cutscene, or you'll get a small battle that lasts 5 minutes or less before you get another cutscene. That's the majority of what you're doing for everything. There's no voice acting for the quests or NPCs when you're actually in the game and not in a cutscene. There's no real choices or decisions, just be a dick or don't be a dick. As for the swordplay and shooting, it's awkward and poorly managed. Despite doing what the game is telling me and loads of practice, I can't seem to get the parry mechanic down due to its janky swordplay design. The ship combat is okay, I guess, but it's not anything to write home about. Overall, the entire time I was playing, everything felt awkward and poorly managed. The movement, the management of inventory, the combat, literally everything. And to make matters worse, I was expecting a more, free, open world style of gameplay, but it's not. It's very linear. Go here to do that, go there to do this, over and over again, with cutscenes of bad voice acting in between. I don't have a problem with linear games, but they're out of date, especially for a pirate game and in this particular style. And it was just disappointing overall, especially without an engaging story. Which leads me to my next negative point, the lack of creativity or innovation in both story and gameplay. This game doesn't offer anything new in terms of gameplay, story, characters, or anything really. And the story itself isn't very creative either. You're a smuggler and now you're a pirate. I mean, now get to work. Like that's it. Where's the thrill? Where's the engagement? Where's the excitement? Where's the unusual? Where's the different? Where's the new? Where's the fun? Maybe if it was a bit more immersive, with interesting characters, or crew management, or world building, or ship customization, character customization, because you can't customize your character, maybe some romance, or drama, or impactful choices, then maybe it would be worth more, but as is, it's just really boring, repetitive, and overall unimaginative. And finally, the last negative I got is the game is broken and buggy. Now, yes, it is early access, so this could be fixed in time, but I still need to mention it. Let's start with the game was unexpectedly pushed back 24 hours due to them finding a quote-unquote game-breaking bug with zero update for the followers on Steam. I didn't know about it. I had to find about it from other people online. Or how about the jittery, janky camera movements when going up and down stairs? Or missing NPCs even. I mean, they're not even missing, they're just invisible. Along with clipping, frame rate dropping, glitching, and other bugs, the game is just janky as hell. So that's all I got to say negatively about the game. Look, this game feels like a game that would have been released 15 years ago, 20 years ago, and it plays like them too. And unlike those games where they were fully released and early access didn't frickin' exist, this one released in a broken, buggy state, and I don't know. To be honest, you want me to pay $25 for this unfinished, broken, buggy, uninspired, uncreative, unoriginal, cringy game? Nuh-uh. I don't think so. Look, if you are super desperate for a bland, boring, unoriginal pirate game, then fine. Check this game out, but do me a favor and at least wait for a discount first. If you're not desperate, then don't even bother with this game. It's boring, it's broken, it's cringy, it's unoriginal, with nothing innovative, and overall it's nothing special. It'll be lost among all the other early access games that didn't come out swinging, and it's definitely not worth $25. They should have gone the same route as Mountain Blade with less story and more freedom and customization, or maybe they could have gone the way of Mass Effect and tried to give us a more, character building management with intense atmosphere and intense story to follow. Just something different and new. I'm not trying to be mean, and I do feel bad about being so negative about another indie game, but I gotta be honest, it's simply not worth $25. Maybe one day when it's fully finished and working well, it'll be worth $20, but as of today, I simply can't recommend it. So that's all the time I got for this video, everybody. Thanks so much for watching, with a special thanks to those who made it to the end. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I can't wait to see you all again on my next adventure. So until then, I bid you all farewell.